What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Jim of All Trades channel. Glad you made it by tonight. It is Saturday night at 9:17 p.m. and I have just been I don't know. I wanted to bring a more comprehensive video tonight. Just what's going on, and I'm stepping back. I'm looking at the 1-2-1-2 idea that I had, and it's not invalidated yet, but also, it's a little bit of error actually on my part, and I'll explain a little later, I suppose, if I can. But looking at it, I don't know that we can have a valid 1-2-1-2 from an Elliott wave perspective based upon that wave. And so, what I often try to do is zoom out here. Zoom out and see if I can figure out what else is going on here. So I'm on the daily chart right now, and let me just kind of go over the count with you. We have our impulse up to 20,000. Okay, we understand that. And then what happened subsequently is corrective in nature. Everything's three waves. This was five waves. Everything was five waves going up here. Now what we have here is everything is three waves going down. Okay, we have. Let's take it piece by piece first. So let's look at this correction. There we go. We have our first three wave move. There's our ABC. Okay. Um, Whoa, what's going on? There we go. Sorry about that. That was odd. Okay, so we have an ABC. Came one down. Okay, 535. Pretty simple. We had an X wave here. Um, right in here. Whether it's here or here, we finish it. I don't know. And then we have an A wave right here, and this could just be a diagonal. Actually, I didn't look at it carefully, but that could be just a diagonal. Um, A, B, C, D, E, or I mean, excuse me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. It looks like a nice diagonal there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see it there. I like that as a diagonal. So there's an A wave, and then we have a triangle here, and that's pretty clear to see as well as our B wave. So A, B, and then we have a five wave C, which if we zoom in here just a little bit, you can see five clear waves, clear as day. See if I can help you see them here to finish this thing out. One, two, three, four, and five. And so there, that finishes the WXY there, okay? And then, the Y wave obviously is the A, B, excuse me, um, dag on it, WX, and then we got the Y, A, B, and then C. Got confused there for a second. Okay. Then what we had after that was this is all five waves, guys. All this stuff is five wave impulse. It isn't corrective. Um, it isn't corrective. It's not three waves. It's five waves. Okay. It's even down here. It started with three waves. Let me just show you right here. Um, so what I've done here is I've got this chart ready to go on the um, right down here is where I'm getting ready to show you blown up here. Okay, so there we go right here. This is the bottom of that correction that we just looked at. Okay, and you got a clear five wave impulse to start this thing with a ABC down to the downside. The A is a five wave. You got a three, and then we got an ending diagonal here for the fifth wave of C right there, and that's clear. Okay, so I mean, it started impulsively, and then um, we'll let that play there for a minute. We got another impulse wave. We got a one wave followed by a two wave, and then it continued on. And everything that followed this is impulse. Okay, everything that followed is impulse. It's just impulse after impulse. Okay, just impulse, impulse, impulse. So to me, this is a clear five wave move to the upside. What we had in 2019 was an impulse wave. It's not a three wave, not corrective wave. It was an impulse wave. So that would make me believe then that this move that we've just finished, while so complex, guys. Oh, one of the most complex corrections we've ever had. Very, very difficult. I believe it's finished or very, very close to finished. Um, that this could be our one wave. And this three wave move that I've got delineated here, this correction that we've been in since June of 2019, is three waves WXY. That's the way I'm looking at it. Now, here's the big deal. If we get another move to the downside that breaks, um, let me move this right to the tick. Let me get this as big as I can get it here. So I get my line right on it, right there. 3113 is what I have. If we break, let's just call it 3100 for easy numbers. If we break, come down here and break 3100, guys, I do not know what to say about Bitcoin. This count would, I'd have to completely reconsider what's going on here. Because I mean, if we break that, and I, to be honest with you, this wave right here, it's so impulsive to me. It makes me believe that, guys, we everybody's saying, win moon, guys. I'm at the place where I think, guys, now moon is very close, if not imminent. Um, Now the question becomes, and so my big view here is that this is a one wave, and of the next major next major move, guys, and it's a huge wave, which would tell me that the next wave that's coming could be gigantic. It could be monstrous. To give you an idea, let me go to the weekly chart and just kind of show you. That's what I've got delineated there. um, Now, it could simply come up to the 1618 for the third wave. Let's be a little bit more conservative here. I mean, we're talking mega huge here. Mega huge. And that this is some kind of a one wave followed by a two. Now, this is a one, two of the next wave. And that's the way I'm looking at this, guys. That's the way. Now, I, I could be wrong on this completely. But here's what I know, and here's what I'm seeing, and that when I don't know what the count is, I just start looking at what I see. This is this is impulse. This is corrective. Okay, that's impulse. That's corrective. If that's corrective, that means impulse comes next. Sorry, guys, I'm having a hard time with my computer tonight. The way I'm sitting in my sunroom in the dark here. Excuse me. Yeah, and I'm just kind of holding the laptop up, so laptop is lighting the lighting my face. Anyway, the way I'm holding it, it seems like it's causing some issues with the way the Telegram is functioning. Then I drop my mouse and I get whatever. There we go. Okay, so I'm just hemming and hawing over this. Guys, I'm trying to figure it out like you guys are, right? I'm trying to figure it out like everybody else is. Doing my best here. So let's look at this wave a little bit here and say, what do we have? What do we have in this corrective wave? Because the best I can come up with is a WXY for now. Okay, so the W wave has to be three waves. Okay, so let me show you the three waves. Move this out of the way here. There's the first wave. There's the second wave, and there's the third wave. Why is that doing that? I don't know why it's locking on. Like when I don't click on my clicker, it's just locking the. I don't know. Weird. Okay. So the first wave right here is three waves. Second wave is three waves, and then the last wave is three waves right there. So I think that's clear. It's just not taking that away. So I think that's a clear WXY. Guys, I'm really sorry this video sucks. It does. I'm just having a hard time, but just bear with me and we'll keep going. So we got three waves. Now, what I see here, I'm going to put the W there. That's the third wave there. So what I see here personally is a three, a three, and a five diagonal of some kind. And that's my X wave. So that's the X wave that I'm seeing here. There. So we got boom, boom, boom. I'm seeing that as an expanded flat. Okay. Now, if this is a WX, now Y has to be three waves. The Y must be three waves. So the question mark is this going to be our three waves like this? And that's how we could get up to the $9,000 that we were talking about. My problem with that is that would break the low of this wave right here if that happens. So if this happens, I like the symmetry of that as far as Elliott wave is concerned. I like that symmetry of the three waves. I'd like to see this wave come up and then one more down. But it would break the low and it would really change the way I'm looking at everything here. And it wouldn't explain this impulse right here in the middle. So I find that difficult, very difficult to think that we're going to come up and then come back down for to finish this Y wave. So the other possibility is that this Y wave is finished, and there's actually three waves here. And I've shared this before, and I'll share it. I'm going to share it again. I'm having a hard time, guys. I'm really having a hard time with my computer. I'm sorry about that. I really am, but I'm going to keep going. I don't want to redo this. So the way I would see this is this Y wave would have to be three waves. And so I'd see this as a W right there, an X wave right there, and a Y wave right there. Is that the way I've seen that? No. I would I would have to see that as an A, B, C. I would have to see it that way. No. Let me go to a smaller time frame. I remember now what I did with this. Sorry. It was a WXY. I was right. So I labeled it as a W, X, and a Y. And this is a three wave move there, three wave move here. And this Y wave's a little harder to see, but I'm actually calling this a 5-3-5 wave. And that's a three wave move, which it has to be. So, is there something on? Okay, well, I'm just trying to figure out if there's some kind of setting or something I've clicked. So, if this is finished, my next problem is well, this wave doesn't really support The idea that this is finished because of the corrective nature of this thing. This wave is so corrective the way it's forming. Remember when BTC bottomed before, we started with a nice impulse wave and then a three-way back and we continued impulsively. So if we bottomed, I'd really rather see an impulse wave off the bottom. That is not what we're seeing in Bitcoin at all. This wave right here is not impulsive. It is corrective in nature. A corrective wave is marked by three waves. Okay? Three wave dynamic every time. And let me just show you all the three waves you see in this sucker. And it's a complex correction, no doubt about it. But there's a three wave. There's a three wave. There's a three wave. Okay? I mean, there's three waves everywhere here. Now, the big deal I'm having a hard time with is what is that? What is this wave? Well, as we try to figure it out as Elioticians, um, what we do is we put the fibs on waves, and the Fibonacci extensions really give us an understanding of what we have going on. So this first wave comes to the 1-to-1 extension, not even the 127 extension. It's a three wave move. It's corrective in nature. It seems really clear what that is. So this first three waves, to me, so crystal clear as an ABC. I have no problem with that whatsoever. You might delineate it as a WXY. I don't have a problem with that. Now my only difficulty with it is the C wave. The C wave, I don't like the five waves of it. Um, excuse me, 1 second. I'm gonna cough here. Excuse me. I have a residual cough from being sick earlier this year. Okay, sorry. I know we're dragging on here, but I'm just sharing with you the difficulty here, and just thinking out loud with you what I'm thinking about these things. So this is a three wave move here. We've got a three wave move here, and this appears to be a five wave. This could be the fifth wave, and so one of the ways of handling that is this is one, two, three. This is the fourth wave. Did not break the one, so it works. And then this is just a double top five, a truncated fifth wave. Now, if that's the case, that would be the C leg of an ABC. A, B, C. And that gives me five waves here of my C, which I need. Now, if that's the case, which I haven't really counted it like that up to this point, if that's the case, then what we could have going on here, guys, is a flat. That actually, this is a flat is a 335. So there's a three wave, and there's a clear three wave there. And now what we're going to get is a five wave move down, and that would be a 335. Then that gets us up. So that would be our first three wave, our second three wave, and then we'd be looking for our last three wave to the upside. And that's the three wave move that, I'm kind of looking for. That makes the most sense to me if that's the case. So I'm presenting this count to you as a possibility. I was talking about this being a possible 1-2-1-2. I don't think it can be that, and let me share with you why I made a mistake in my doing that. If the way I was saying it yesterday, if it was a 1-2-1-2, and the day before, I was counting this as a running flat right there, And so if this is a three wave move and then a three wave move follows it, a three wave move must follow it after that. So this has to be a three wave move. So and this isn't the right size for the three. I mean that's a three wave move, but it's not the right size for these. It needs to be in proportion. So what it would have to be is we'd have to get this up to this region right here. We get up to this region right here. So that's the only way that we're going a little bit higher. I don't know that we're going to make it. I talked about yesterday going to 9,000. Looking at it again, 9,000 is the one-to-one extension. Okay, so oh, come on. Sorry guys about the computer issues. So if I count this as A and then this running flat here is B, the one to one is up here at 9,000, 89.90. Okay, so that one to one's still up there if that's the case. So what we need to do here is watch a couple of regions, and I've shared this. If we come down and break 61.65 from here, then the 1212 is just a no go. Of course, the 1212 is kind of a no go in my opinion anyway. Um, but that would definitely nullify any kind of potential 1212 there. I'm more inclined to believe after just looking at this and analyzing this all night long, I'm more inclined to believe that this is the count one, two, three, four, five, and that's the C wave. And then now we're getting some kind of a flat to the downside. Now our Telegram group, we are short. We're short from 7,000. We had a little bit of a stop punt earlier. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to continue or not. We'll have to wait and see. Man, I don't even like that wave delineation. I mean, the way the fibs measure, I don't even like that. Tag on it. Guys, I'm just here to tell you this is hard. This is a really hard move. That would get us back down to this region right here. Get right here and here. This is the region we'd be looking at. So we'd be looking at somewhere in this region. So 58, $5,900. No, I'm sorry, $5,800 in that ballpark for price to come down again to 58, and then maybe back up for the third wave. Now here's my problem with even that. What does that do to the count if that's a corrective wave in the big grand scheme of things? If this comes up and then comes down and comes up in three waves, okay, that's given us this large three wave move. Okay, that would imply some kind of a finish. So we got a three wave here, a three wave here, and we need to finish here, and we could not. We don't want to break 30.59. I'll just be honest with you guys. I'm having a super hard time with this wave. It's tough. It's just really tough, and I wanted to do this live with you so I can just let you guys know that this is a challenging wave structure and let you see the pain going into this and the difficulty going into this. Now, what if this is some kind of a diagonal? I don't like the shape. I mean, if it had continued up here then down, I just don't like the shape of this as a diagonal. It doesn't have a good shape for that. So I don't like this as a diagonal. One, two, three, four. It has a truncated fifth and a very short B. Yeah, I just don't like it. So Guys, everything is just quite difficult here. I don't know what to say. I'm more inclined to say we're coming down here to around the $5,800 region. Um, Maybe 56 to 57 even. Let me just draw a line right here. Structure zone about 55.66 to 5600 in that ballpark. That's what I would say. We'd come down here and then go up again. Now, is there any way that this thing could be a finished correction and we're going down to retest the bottom again? Is there any way that could be? It would be super non-proportional. I guess the only other way I would see it is here to there. But again, the one to one is way up here. The way I was thinking is that we got a three wave here, three wave here, and now we're getting a three wave here. But that would take us up here to get to the one to one. None of the fibs are working out, guys, at all. More info. More info. That's what we need. More info. Well, let me wrap up the video here. We're short in the Telegram group still until we have a reason to cut the trade. Our stop. We did have a wick up here too, close to our entry. Um, I didn't cut the trade at that wick when I had the steep rejection. If we get a continuation up here, then I'll definitely be cutting the trade. I always cut my trades manually, guys. By the way, I set alerts for price, so that's the way I operate. I don't set alert. I don't set stops um, in the exchange for certain reasons. So, but I set alerts on my chart, and I'm alerted at in advance of price. So as price starts moving past a certain point, not to where my stop would be, but before it, so I have plenty of time to check. Then I can decide whether I want to cut the trade or not. So because a lot of times we get these wicks, and so that's how I operate in the trading world. It's just what I like to do. So if we get price coming up here, then we'll cut it because I'm in short from about 7,000 for me personally. So I'm going to hold this and see if we get the down move. If we get more up move, then we're going to have to reevaluate this wave and see what's going on. This wave is really challenging. It really is. I'm going to do some more work on it, see if I can bring something more definitive tomorrow. And hopefully we get some information this weekend. That'll as the chart progresses. But if not, we'll just keep doing our best to bring it to you, and we'll just trade the small time frames for now. And so that's all we'll do. And so those of you in the Telegram group, we'll just trade these small time frames and just see where they go. We'll do the best to follow that. So yeah, even in times when you don't know the major count, the macro count, doesn't mean you can't trade. It just means that you have to be a little bit more careful, be in and out of the trades a little quicker. So. All right, you guys have a great night. I hope that hodgepodge was helpful in some fashion to you, just to see that this is quite difficult. You can actually see the problem or what's problematic with these waves, from an Elliott wave perspective. I know a lot of it might be over your head, but do the best you can to understand what we're saying and at least see the difficulty here. And yep. What I would say from a non-Elliott wave perspective is I still think price needs to come up back up to this region right here. It just price needs to make its way up and fill this gap. This is a big trading gap right here that the markets don't like gaps. I mean, it's not a gap, so to speak, but there was no trading going on in this range. Markets don't like that. They tend to come back and square up price. So I think price needs to be squared up before we're going to have any more downside. But really, we can't break 3,100, guys. I really feel like we need to hold 3,100. So, all right, have a fantastic night. Um, Good luck to you as you're trading, and be smart and be safe. Talk to you later. Bye bye.